of the system because we are not criminals. We are law-abiding citizens of Kenya. We are law-abiding citizens of Kenya. So I'm not intimidated. I will not be intimidated. I've come to realize that police do not understand that they are paid through our taxpayers' money, our money. They are paid with our money, but then they behave as if they are not public servants. This is what we want to fight, and it must come to an end in Africa. But the president is not obeying the constitution, and people are getting away with so much. Our justice system is broken. There's no... Every time as a Kenyan you stand up to speak out the truth, to enlighten the people, you are either arrested by the police, you are beaten up, you are manhandled by the police, you are put in a police cell. But a time when we come, when we say enough is enough, this being taken into the cells, we must come to be used to that. Because if the system is going to remain, then this will have to continue. But then...
Hako nataka tupige interview.
Okay. Corona lazima iishe. Kuna kitu moja nimenotice. Central Police Station is very notorious for beating up people, for beating up Kenyans. Hii hatuwezi kubali. Ile tunapigania change. Na tuwezi kupigania change, lakini inakuwa polisi ndio wanaturudisha nyuma. The Kenyan police must learn. And if they cannot learn, then it will be very difficult for people to get their rights. Those people who were arrested yesterday, they have been released, but then police are following them to harass them. Why should you harass people who are arrested doing what is constitutional right? They were practicing their constitutional right, and there's no crime they have committed. Criminals are out there, so many criminals, but police cannot arrest them. Police cannot go after them. We know our politicians, most of them are criminals. We have a freedom of assembly, freedom of standing up for what is right, and we must come together and discuss. A conversation is needed in this country. A conversation where we will get to know why the police follow. Why is the police not follow the constitution? The constitution is the supreme law of the land, and everybody must obey the constitution. And this country is in a mess because people are not obeying the constitution. The police are not obeying the constitution. The president is not obeying the constitution. And people are getting away with so much. Our justice system is broken. There's no... Every time as a Kenyan you stand up to speak out the truth, to enlighten the people, you are either arrested by the police, you are beaten up, you are manhandled by the police, you are put in a police cell. But a time when we come, when we say enough is enough, this being taken into the cells, we must come to be used to that. Because if the system is going to remain, then this will have to continue. But then I'm saying we will not allow anybody to mutilate the constitution of Kenya. People died fighting for us to realize this constitution. We must understand this. there are people who shed blood, there are people who died, people who were killed for this constitution to be put in place. But then we are seeing today we are supposed to celebrate 14 years after the promulgation of the constitution. But then what I'm seeing here, I don't think what I'm seeing makes me to believe that we have a good constitution. And if we have a good constitution, but it is not being followed, that is the problem we have. And the media must come in, those who are in places of influence must come in and make sure that everybody is made to follow the constitution. So I don't know why we should live like this. I don't know why the police should use or rather abuse their power, use state machinery, use tear gas and bullets and whatever they do to intimidate Kenyans. This intimidation must come to an end. This intimidation, my people, must come to an end. And for it to come to an end, we must remove this system. The problem is the system, the whole system. We need a total overhaul of the system because we are not criminals. We are law-abiding citizens of Kenya. We are law-abiding citizens of Kenya. So I'm not intimidated. I will not be intimidated. I've come to realize that police do not understand that they are paid through our taxpayers' money, our money. They are paid with our money, but then they behave as if they are not public servants. This is what we want to fight, and it must come to an end in Africa. Bad governance must come to an end in Africa, and it will not end if we sit there and do nothing. We have got to mobilize. We have got to educate our people. We have got to teach our people, tell them the truth. It is the truth that shall set us free. It is the truth that will make us to overthrow the political class who continued the system of the colonialism that humiliated our fathers in their own land. It is not right at all. Nobody should face what we are facing in our country. Nobody should go through what poor people Kenyans go through in our police stations. Nobody. That's what I'm saying. We must work for change tirelessly. We must believe that we can change this system. We must believe that we are able to be in control of our resources, of our country, of our lives. We are human beings, after all. We are all human beings, equal in the eyes of the Lord. Nobody is superior to the other. And that is what we must destroy in this country. The narrative that some people are superior than others. This is what we must destroy in this country. This is what we must stop in this land. We must stop worshipping thieves and criminals and murderers. These are the people we worship. And as long as we continue doing that, then we'll continue suffering. It's also so sad that we have normalized suffering in this country. People are suffering. People are dying. But nobody cares. The system does not care. The government does not care. What's the role of the government? If it's not to protect its people, then it means these people have failed us. Totally failed us. And they are in power because we are not united. They are in power because we have refused to come together as brothers and sisters. They are still in power because we have refused to educate our people. They are still in power because we are afraid of them. We are driven by fear. But we must overcome our fears. We must overcome our doubts. Somebody said that the world is in a mess because good people are always full of doubts. But the bad people are full of confidence. We must have confidence to stand up and fight for change. There are those who came before us, they did their part. They are not coming back. We are the ones who are at it now. And we must face the system. We must face the bull by the horns. And the problem with this country is too much power vested in the institution of the presidency. We must do away with the powerful presidency in this country. Like Dube said, the problem of Africa is the problem of too much power concentrated in the hands of one man. And I think there's something that happened in Senegal. The president of Senegal the other day said that, told the people of Senegal, do not hang my portrait in your rooms or in your offices. And he said, hang the portraits of your children, so that when you make decisions, you may know and realize that you're making decisions for the future of your children. We must stop worshipping this in this country. Criminals and liars and murderers. These are the people who are in power. We are being ruled by mad people. We are being ruled by sick people. And that is why we are always a nation that is facing violence. Violence everywhere. Violence in the streets, violence in our homes, violence in the police stations, violence in our courts. I mean, we cannot go on like this. It is not tenable at all. It is not tenable in the long run. We must fix this country, and we have the power to fix this nation. We have the power as a people to overthrow this system, to change this system. It's so sad that they have made us believe that we cannot be able to change this capitalist system. But I believe it's time for us, Africa, to revert back or return back to our traditional society that was communal, that was collective. And we must overthrow this modern capitalistic system which has made us so individualistic. That is why we are failing as Africans. That is what we must seek as Africans. I mean, we must go back to the roots. Also another thing, we must address the root cause of our problems.